back to Blackacre Ranch, everybody. It is another week, which means, well, we just sweated a lot on the weekend. I wanted to kind of give you some update. It's been a holiday weekend. That means there's been a lot more going on.
Hey little pigs, what you guys up to, huh? What you guys up to? You guys just snorting around? Huh? You just sleepy? You just sleepy little guys? Alright. Well, they're still doing pretty good on food. We want to show you our little pigs. We are going to weigh them here in the near future and see how they're doing. When we first got them about a week and 3 days ago, they were somewhere between 9 and 15 pounds. They seem to be doing pretty good. I just went and picked up some more food. This is what we've been feeding our piggies. Nature's Watch. It's just over from Tractor Supply. Grower and finisher feed. What I decided to do, since I just got some feed, is this is deer corn. This doesn't have a lot of protein just by itself, and this isn't cracked corn. It's hard, but what I wanted to do is just try a little experiment where I mix a little corn, get it soft, and I want to put it side by side with this guy in its own bucket. And then I want to see which ones go quickest, which ones the piggies go after. Here's the corn that we have. It's been sitting in water, softening up. It's really hard. Like I said, it's not cracked or anything like that, but kernels don't digest very well, so we're gonna soften them up so that way they go through a little bit easier and it's not so hard on the intestines on the pig. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do kind of flashback style. I'm gonna kind of tell you kind of what was happening. I'll show you some video, I'll show you some photos of it. But ultimately, I just didn't really care to talk, to be honest with you. We were doing some fencing. So yes, this is what we were doing. Friday, Sandra, Clark, and I came out and spent all day here, and we kind of mapped out everything on the fencing. All right, we have about 8,000 linear feet of fencing to put in, and I have 5 weeks, okay? Beginning of July, this fence needs to be done and all the watering needs to be done. That is a lot of stuff to do. So I have to hit this fencing pretty hard, pretty fast, and get it going. So 2 things happened on Saturday, all right? First thing that was going on was we were gonna finish up all the pavilion cleaning. On Friday, I met the guy who brought us our Republic dumpster, okay? This is a 30-yard dumpster. I wanted 40 yards because surely I could fill it with stuff. My goal is to say, hey, we're gonna go ahead and have the pavilion in and we'll start doing on the house. So we parked it there. If you remember from the other videos, what the pavilion looked like, all the slats on the back, the whole stage there. We've worked it over these last couple weeks, and this week, of course, we're getting everything going. My brother showed up, my parents were there, my brother's family was there, and we started loading this thing. And actually, it went pretty smoothly. Now, these dumpsters, you get charged for the time that you get it, right? So I get it, and I have 9 days. That's it, all right? And in 9 days, they're gonna come by and pick it up, or they'll charge me again, right? Every load is a certain flat rate, and if it's over a certain weight, you can't, you're just gonna get billed for the tonnage. Our goal was to pack it in real nice. So I told Nathan, Tetris, man, pack this sucker tight, all right? No water, no nothing, just get this sucker like tight. They packed it in pretty well. They started with the big items, flat items, and they started lining this sucker up, and they did a fabulous job, all right? They did a really good job. And by the time that we get to the end of this, this is what the dumpster looks like. Now, when I talked to the guy on Friday, he said, if you go over the top, it's not that big a deal. You see this little thing that says, do not fill above this point, right? He's like, you know what, if it's stable and it's there, I don't care, we're gonna throw a cover over it. The guy was really cool. So it's a little high, but hey, anybody who was there on Saturday, they did a really good job, and we appreciate it, all right? The one person who probably didn't do much, actually, was my daughter, Sandra. Out of all the times we have been demoing, not one person has stepped on a nail. Not one person grabbed the nail. Not one person ever bloodied themselves on a nail. Until today, when Sandra decides to step on a nail and puncture her foot. So, she'll live, right? She felt bad. She couldn't really do much except donate blood to every mosquito in the area, but she sat and watched. At least she was in the shade as we kind of did stuff. So I know she feels bad about it. But anyway, she was there for Friday and she helped me out, and I appreciated that too. Second thing we did was posts, and we started driving these posts. Now, the weather on Friday, good night, man. That sucker was warm and it was humid. It was a beatdown, man. Everybody busted some nads and we got this thing done, but it was a beatdown. So I didn't want to talk a lot. I got a new auger, and my fear was, hey, I can use these posts hole digger like we did on the pigs. If you remember that pig pasture, there's a lot of posts, man. This is gonna take a while. So I got an auger, went to Tractor Supply, picked one up, and it's working really good. Put it down, give it a pull start, and I got stuck, right? Now our bit is a 6-inch bit, which actually gave plenty of room for the 5-6-inch posts. Worked great, can't complain. We only have 32 inches depth that we could possibly get, and we put these 10-foot posts in the ground, 4 feet. That was the goal. Oftentimes it got 42 inches down. A few times when we hit a hard clay, it got only to 3 feet. But we put first the posts at each of the corners, then we dragged lines, and then we put all the intermediates that we have there. And we started putting everything but the actual cross brace for the H-posts. And these are posts that are 5-6 inches in diameter, and they're 10 feet long. So everything's getting pretty well set. We worked until the later hours at evening. We started on the east side, we went to the west side, and at night it was in the shade, and we even tried to get over there. My personal thoughts were, it was a hot day, and I think, you know, if you look at some of these pictures, you look at anybody who was there, everybody was just tired. So I just, personal thanks to anybody who showed up. Everybody worked hard. You know, we bought a tons of pizza and we had a bunch of drinks, but you know, that was a beatdown, man. So, you know, kudos to everybody that was there. Anyway, a lot got done. We still have a bunch of posts to do, a bunch of clearing to do, and like I said, 8,000 feet of posts. I've got things on order right now. 2 pallets of 660-foot woven wire fence. We've got a lot of high tensile wire to go, a lot of other things. The next 5 weeks is really, on my part, strictly just gonna be busting fence out. In the meantime, we will have a watering. We're gonna collect water off of the roof of the pavilion, store it in a storage container. It's gonna be 10,000 gallons. That's upcoming. And we've also got the rain gutter guy. Our gutters in the pavilion aren't looking too good, nor are they on the big barn building. So that's gonna be an update on Saturday. We'll also let you know with some weights for the pigs and kind of let you know how Talmadge's chickens are going. So things are progressing pretty well. Always stay with us, pound that subscribe button and that like button, and by all means give us some comments. If you've had land or you have family that's had land, what do you guys do with this trash? I personally have had the opinion, I don't buy a piece of land and make it look like a junkyard, right? I just don't think that's the way to go. People bury it, people just store it and stick it on the side and grass grows through it. What would you do? Would you pay to have somebody haul it off like this in a dumpster, or would you just throw it to the side? Would you bury it? So it'd be interesting to hear. So anyway, keep up with us. We'll be back next week and we'll kind of let you know how things are going. But we appreciate you always being here and always watching. All right, talk to you later. Bye.